Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Welcome to our internship program. Let me introduce myself first. I am Galina Lagunova, and I'm also a former graduate of Portnov Computer School. I finished learning in 2007, and since then I have been working as a software QA engineer in different companies, ranging from small startups to big corporations. For starting 2020, I am working at Portnov Computer School as the instructor. And most of the time, I am in charge of leading this internship program, which is actually a boot camp. And BootCamp, you know, is a short, but it is a challenging training program that helps people become much better at doing something in a short time frame. So I'm planning that within the period up to 6 weeks, you will get hands-on experience of software testing, like it is done in a real company that is following agile software development model. So we will have 2 sprints, and we also will start our meetings with Scrum meetings, where you will have a chance to discuss what has been done during the past day. You will have to tell us what you are planning to do and talk about the blocks or problems that exist. So we will be using JIRA as our project management tool, which is nowadays is #1 software that is accepted in the majority of the companies. You will get access to our JIRA project tomorrow and start working on your individual tasks that I'm going to assign to you. So we also will be using JIRA for test creation, test execution, and generating test reports. Our JIRA is also integrated with Confluence, which is collaboration wiki tool used to help the teams to store information and share the knowledge among the team members efficiently. So with Confluence, we're going to capture our project requirements, test data, test reports, and other materials that may be useful in your work. I have added you guys to our Confluence workspace, which is called Ask Online. And please let me know if you have any problems accessing this workspace. And I absolutely will add you. For our video recordings and daily tasks, I will create a new workspace, which will have the name of this workspace and the date or starting date of our program. But I'm going to add you guys after we finish this session, and I will send you the invitation in our Slack channel. Okay, so we are going to be using our Slack channel a lot. So we have general channel, we will have resources channel, and I will also create other public channels so that you can ask your questions and get the possible answers through those channels. So I encourage you guys to position your questions in those public channels before sending your request directly to me. I know that this is more efficient way of learning. So I may not be at my desk all the time, but there might be other team members who will be able to answer your questions. Okay, so our application under test is called Assessment Control. This is the application that was developed for educational institutions, and it has two user roles, instructors and students. So instructors can create quizzes, assign them to students, grade their answers, and provide quick feedback. After our meeting, I will give you the link to the video recording about this application, and I will ask you to start exploration testing of this application. So our internship program is designed that way so that I am going to guide you through all the steps of this application testing process, starting from the analysis of the requirements, writing test cases based on the acceptance criteria, creating test executions, running manual tests, finding and reporting software defects according to established procedures. It can be specific test case format, bug report template, and so on. So in class, you were familiarized with concepts of gray box testing, meaning that you will have access to not only to the front end, but to the back end as well. So I will create access to the database for you so that you will get an experience how is data integrity validation is performed. So basically it is verification of front-end test results against the database. Our next challenge will be API testing, software testing that determines whether the application programming interface or ready pieces of codes that can be reused while creating web applications meet the tester's expectation in terms of functionality, reliability, and performance. So we will review the basic concepts of web services and perform API testing of Ask application, assessment control application, using Postman tool. And finally, you will have an opportunity to work with test automation framework so that you will create automated code for test cases that you have created. So manual test cases that you will be working with will be converted into Java code. So our framework, actually we'll be using the same framework that you were using in school. This is Selenium WebDriver Cucumber Java-based framework, and for the last couple of weeks you will be working with it to automate test scenarios using behavior-driven development approach. You will also have exposure to Git version control tool. We will be using IntelliJ as a development environment and Jenkins server for running automated tests and generating test reports. So this is my high-level study plan. And of course, guys, you will have to work hard in order to complete our joint goal, our common goal, right? But your ultimate goal is to pass the interview and to get your first job. And of course, I'm going to spend a lot of time preparing you guys for the job interview. I'm planning to create another public channel in Slack, and I will post the QA interview questions on this channel, and you will have to select the ones that you would like to discuss first, or if you have already experience with being interviewed, you can post the questions that presented the most difficulty for you, so that we can discuss and find the solution together. So I expect, guys, that you will be fully committed to this program, because my experience shows that if you just passively attend our class and do not complete our tasks, because every day you will get a new task, which definitely will require some time to be completed. There will be no success, guys. And starting the last program, we introduced a new schedule. So I understand, guys, that most of you are working. Therefore, you selected this nighttime schedule, because we have daytime internship program and nighttime internship program. Therefore, we will be working only 4 days a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be your day for self-work. So you will have a break. We will not meet for the new material. But I will open the channel for your questions. So if you need my help, you definitely can join the link at 5 p.m. And I will be happy to help you with your assignments. I also will be monitoring all the channels during the daytime, but I am saying that probably I will not be like 8 hours a day at the computer, but I will be watching and do my best to assist you with different kind of questions. Okay, so I would say that your success fully depends on your time and effort that you are prepared to invest in this project. Any questions? Okay, good. So about the time, I understand that part of you guys may be located in different time zones, and for Western timers, right, we start at 5 p.m. and East zone, it is already 8 p.m. So it means that we are going to, our sessions will last for 3 hours at the most. Some of them may be shorter, like 2.5 hours. Therefore, there is no other options that we start at 5 p.m. Pacific time and end at 8 p.m. So that I cannot keep you longer than that. Does it work for you?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, and now I still see that we have 18 people present here. According to my list, there is 21 person on the list. And I suggest that we start our introduction So that a couple of words, your name, your previous background, when you completed the course, what you expect from this internship. So whatever, and maybe the time zone where you are located. So it gives me some better information about you guys. And since we're going to be closely working as a team, so it will be good to see and to get acquaintance with all the team members. Okay? So I see that I usually start from the left to right, top to bottom. And I see that Michael is the first today. So please go ahead, Michael.
Спасибо, Галина. Всем привет. My name is Misha. As Galina said, the main stuff for this course is to get you to through the interview and get a job. So if you look at me, I was getting this course before, and you know, it was like this way. I was moving during the first 2 weeks, so I missed, I wouldn't say like 40-50%, but I missed really significant amount of lectures, and I was not really can afford myself to make as much home task as I would like. So my suggestion for you and my recommendation, listen Galina and make as much effort as you can for the home task, and try to do it as fast as you can, because sometimes when you have a job you have no time to make them the next day. Even though we have Wednesday for extra day, I guess it will help you, but don't forget to do it more faster, I would say this way. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And the next is Roxanne.
Dana.
Is it your nickname or your real name? Would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. My name is Dana. Roxanka is just my email address. I live in Florida currently. I just completed the Port of school ending in September, and I'm hoping, because I don't have any computer or technical background, so I'm hoping this internship will help me understand more and practice more test cases and so on.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. The next is Anna. Anna.
Yeah, hello. My name is Anna. I have a bachelor degree in management. After graduation, I worked as an accountant for a couple of years. Then after moving to the United States, I decided to change my career. I finished full-time, which starts in February. And I am right now located in Seattle, Pacific Time.
I missed the last couple of sentences.
I am right now located in Seattle, Pacific Time.
Okay.
My local time. Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And the next will be Tatiana. Tatiana Maro.
Yes. Hello, my name is Tatiana. I live in Connecticut, and I finished Portnoy school, and no computer background at all. My bachelor degree is sociology, and when I moved to United States 4 years, I worked as a customer service representative, and now I quit my job and I decided to change my specialization.
Very good, thank you. And the next is Aslan Bek.
Hello, my name is Aslan Bek, as you see. I'm currently in New Jersey. I finished Portnoy Computer School 2 weeks ago. So I don't have IT background as well, and for 10 years I was working as a financial auditor. That's all.
This is a very good background if you will be interviewed for some banking company or insurance company. So definitely it will be worth mentioning in your resume, this kind of experience. Thank you. And the next is Yulia.
Good evening. My name is Yulia. I live in Chicago. Are you here? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I live in Chicago, and I don't have IT background as well. So my bachelor degree in economics, but I moved in America 4 years ago, and currently I'm just trying to switch my career, and I hope this internship will be a big booster for me to start a new career.
Okay, great, thank you. The next is Nina.
Hi everyone. I'm finished part of computer school also 2 weeks ago, and I don't have IT background. I have background in medical education. What I wait from this internship, I think just put everything as a whole, to combine my skills to understand a kind of workflow.
Absolutely, you will have all absolute picture from the very beginning to the very end, to the release. Okay, Camila will be the next.
Hello everyone, my name is Camila. Currently I live in San Diego, California. I work as a legal assistant in immigration field right now, and I decided to switch my career to the IT field. It's looks pretty promising right now, and nowadays I don't see myself anything like an attorney or anything like in law in the future. I graduated part of online school that was started on May 18th this year, and I'm looking forward to get some more new skills by graduating this bootcamp. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And the next is Artyom.
Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me well?
Yes.
So I'm Artyom. I live in New York. I do not have a computer education per se, but I was into computers all my life. I do not know much about the programming, but I got general idea about it after the Portnoy school. We just graduated a couple weeks ago, I assume. I used to work with QAs, but I was on the other side. I was the person basically that wanted to get a program done, and they were helping us. Other than that,
what area of knowledge? What kind of science or data? What was that? Medicine? Finance? I mean, what kind of application did you need?
I happen to work for the city, right? Transit authority. So
Okay.
that's transportation, etc., etc. So like databases of maintenance files for the equipment.
Okay,
So
very good.
just this way, with that program, we were holding people accountable for whatever they were doing during their working hours. So.
Excellent. Very good experience and background as well. Thank you. The next will be Anna. Hello, Anna.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Anna. I completed the Portnoy Computer School this month, and currently now I'm in the East time zone, so Pennsylvania. I don't have a technical background, but I have a master's degree in economics and experience in law field. My expectation from this internship is to improve my knowledge gathering in the school and be more confident in my new job and finding a job.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dina will be the next.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Dina. Currently, I'm in Seattle, Washington. I don't have any background in IT. I worked for a couple years as an accountant, and now I decided just to switch my career. So I hope this internship will gonna help me to understand more about and if I like it or no. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good, thank you. And the next is Regina.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we cannot see you, unfortunately.
Oh, hold on a second.
It is always good to see your faces, at least during our meetings or when we start discussing our interview questions, right? Otherwise, I don't insist. And I also am planning to turn off the video when I will be sharing the screen with you, because it kind of distracts attention. Okay? Okay, nice to meet you, Regina.
Nice to meet you too. I'm currently in Florida, and I also don't have IT background like most of us. Before the Portnoy school, I used to do dental assisting. And then my sister-in-law was actually studying at Portnoy school, and she recommended me, to start it. So I was like, okay, let me look into it. And so that's how I got into it. And then my expectations is to obviously just learn a little bit more and have more practice during this internship with, everything that we learned so far.
Great. Thank you so much. And the next is Lisa.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa. I'm from New York. So I think I'm the oldest student. The first time I completed this course in 2017, and then I gave a birth to my baby, and I just passed a month ago. I passed a clearance, so I need this internship to become more confident in answering interview questions and to practice interview questions. So
okay,
I have no...
Lisa, since 2017,
yeah,
did you refresh your knowledge on some methodology questions, some theoretical questions, so that you have some foundation, right, to start practicing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah.
I hope.
So it was, so many times, I returned, and then I needed some time to learn, and then to come back and everything So now I decided, that's it, I'm ready. I have already passed the clearance, so I had to do something. I had to go.
Great. So. Sounds like a very good plan. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And the next is Gala Chair. I think it is Galina Chernyshova. Right? Would you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself, Galina? We can't hear you, unfortunately. Okay, probably you have the problem with the microphone. I will then give the floor to Arthur, Jason, and then maybe Galina's mic will be resolved. Okay, Arthur, please.
Yep, I'm right here.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur Jason. I live in Orlando, Florida. Basically hoping that this program will give me some confidence. Just looking for a good job, and they switched my career. I've been a truck driver for the past 7 years. Prior to that, I've been in college, been taking law classes, nursing, and culinary. So basically it for the background.
Variety of background.
Yes. But I decided when I was younger. So right now, my wife, she is QA engineer, and she's been working for the past maybe 6 months or so. She graduated from Portnoy school.
I hope that finally you will ground on this specific environment and become the QA engineers.
Yeah, I really hope so. So things have been great, and hopefully, looking forward to it.
Okay, the next will be Vic, and Vic, iPhone 12.
Yes, this is Vikas Sharma.
Okay.
My name, and I'm presently at work right now. I'm in the bank. I'm managing one of the branch in banking, but my education is entirely different than the finances I'm working in. My educational background is in mechanical engineering back in India. I passed out in 2003. And for last 6 years, I'm in the United States working in the bank. And at present, I'm just managing a branch. But being a technical guy, I was just looking some sort of a platform to get back into the technicalities. So that's why I just opt out for Protnov, and hopefully we'll get through.
Okay. You are saying that you are currently at work, right?
Yeah.
Will it be possible for you to work from home, or it will always be the case when you will be studying our classes at work?
It was always like this. In
some cases, especially when we start practicing, right, it will be necessary if you have any problems, right? We will be sharing our screens, and so that I will get remote access to the computer.
Yeah, mostly by 5:30, by 5:45, I think I would be at home.
Okay,
so this is what I have just talked
some time during on commute, and so you will be able to join only at the end of our session. But I understand your problem, guys. I absolutely understand that you have to support your families to work to make the living, right? And you're sacrificing a lot of your time. But this is essential that you perform our class, that you will be doing your homework, okay? So every day after our session, it will take me about an hour or an hour and a half to process our video recording, and I will be posting it in our resources channel, and you will be able to rewatch it if you have any problems, right? And it will also have the assignment for the next day.
I signed in. I changed it.
Yeah, just fine.
Thank you. I will not keep you any longer. I understand. Okay.
Thank you.
And the next will be Shweta.
Yeah, hi, I'm Shweta. So I have been in the US for quite a lot of years, like over 10 years, but I don't have an education background in IT, but I took a couple of courses at Mission College in Santa Clara in the Bay Area 6-7 years ago, and I worked for like a year, but I didn't continue. I had my kids were really little, so here it's difficult to it was pretty hard to handle them both. So I thought maybe after a couple of years I will look back about getting into work. So this year I started studying, and I did a couple of trainings to get up with the technical things, because things change also, and to refresh my memory. And yeah, a very good friend of mine suggested about Portno, so here I am.
Okay.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you in our team as well. And finally, I see Anshu joined us. And I remember Anshu started our program, but for some reason didn't have an opportunity to finish it, right?
Yeah. Hi, Galina. Hi, everyone. I'm Anshu. I have 3 years computer degree, and currently I'm working as a QA manual tester, and I'm in Bay Area located, and I completed Portner School in July, and I got a job in July. That's the reason I was not able to finish internship last time, but I really don't want to miss this chance, so I rejoined.
But I don't understand. Why should you do it again if you are working already? You know everything, how to pass the interview, because our internship gives you all necessary skills in this specific goal. And your job already. Why?
Actually, test automation and the automation part I almost missed. So I don't want to miss that. I want to grow in this field. I just don't want to be a manual.
If you want to grow in that field, I would probably offer you another bootcamp, silver bootcamp that has 20 hours. 20 sessions, right? It has more than 20 hours. It's like 80 hours of only test automation practice. And it starts very soon. Maybe you need to reconsider this and sign up for that bootcamp.
Yeah, sure. I will check with that.
Check with that, because I know that it is starting very soon and it will be conducted by Slava Scriabin. So I'm positive that you will benefit from that rather than spending your effort here. I'm sure reconsider this.
yeah, sure. And Galina, are we going to do that API testing also the last time we were doing?
Yes, absolutely. But it will be the same that we were doing last time.
Yeah, actually I was not able to, honestly I was not able to finish it. So I want to redo it.
Okay, so you will have free schedule, right? Because you have already done this previous first tasks for creating test cases and you successfully completed that. So, but I strongly suggest that if you really want, and that bootcamp also covers REST API testing using test automation, REST assured. So it's a different approach for API testing, not only manually, but automatically as well.
Okay, I will check with Anna about this. Thank you.
All right, guys. So I'm very glad to see you all here. Still, some of the our team members didn't show up. I got notification only from one person who was planning to join. By the way, maybe I missed someone, guys. Someone didn't have a chance to speak. Okay. Then I'm going to start our first session and I will start our recording.
Recording in progress.
And I'm going to start with the overview of our application under test, which is assessment, control, and as I said, it was developed for educational institutions and it has two roles, instructor and student. And we will start from the registration page. This is the landing page for our application. So we need to go to this register link and provide all the information in order to fill up this registration form. So first name, Galina, last name, Nova, email. It can be a real email, which is related to some email box with some services provider, or you can use, guys, the email generator, and I will share the link with you how to use this email generator. So you need to refresh this in order to generate the new email, and you can copy this email from here and enter this into the email field. Okay. And the group codes. It can be any alphanumeric values, X, Y, Z, for example, and the password. And confirm password, and register me button. And the password should match, right? And when I click on the register me button, you will get this confirmation message that you have been registered. And although the registration is complete, according to the rules of our application, you will have to confirm your registration, go to your real email to activate the link, right? Or I will go back here, and you see I'm having this confirmation through email generator, and I will confirm this email. And I will be able to log in with the credentials that I have just created.
Excuse me, the group code could be anything, right?
The group code could be anything, and you are going to test this input field according to the requirements, right? So we will look into the requirements for every parameter, right, under test a little bit later. So you have registered, and now we need to log in as the user. And I'm saying that we have two user roles, instructor, and as an instructor, I'm going to have this home page with different links that I have as an instructor. It is creating quizzes, creating assignments, checking the student quizzes submissions, and I can have users management link for having control over different kind of users, students and teachers as well. And settings are exclusively for updating my personal profile information. Okay, so let's look into the quizzes. So as a teacher, I have the right to create a customized quiz. I click on this new quiz button, and I will create the new quiz. And
Lisa, I have a question, sorry.
Yes.
So when I created account, so I created as a student, right?
You create this as a student, but later, using the specific account, teacher's account, you will be able to update any student account to the instructor role.
Okay, and right now it's okay that I'm on a student account, right?
So as testers, guys, I will ask you to create both your own student account and your own instructor account, and I will show you how to update your student account to instructor user role. So far, I'm showing you the quizzes, which is the main part of our application under test, right? So you will have to start with giving the quiz title. Quiz October 25. So, I'm sorry, quiz demo October 25. And I recommend you guys, when you work with the quizzes, use something meaningful so that you can easily recognize the data that you have just created. Okay, and then I will be able to add the question. And our quiz supports 3 question types. Textual question. I can select this textual question. And you see that I have to fill out the question field. Question textual. Okay. And I can play with the number of points. I can select the number of points by default. It is 5. And I can shift from 1 to 10. And you see that when I'm doing this, the number of points, they are changed in this module accordingly. Okay, by default it is 5. Then I can add one more question, and I will select single choice question, and it will be single choice question. And here I have to provide the options for the single choice question. Okay, it will be option 1, option 2, and I can add more options, option 3. But I also have to select, if I try to save this, the system will require to select the correct answer of this question. Okay, I will select this one. And then I will add one more question. And it will be multiple choice question, right? So it will be multiple choice question. And again, option 1, option 2, and I can add more options, but I always have to provide some text, right? In the option fields. Option 3, option 4, and I can delete if I don't need it, right? I can delete them, I can move them up, I can move them down. So everything, guys, you will have to test. And of course, I need to select the correct answer option. And with multiple choice question, you can have more than one option selected. And again, I can play with this slider. And we also have the passing rate. So passing rate, definitely you have to select something like 75%, no less, right? Or you can use it to check, to test. You definitely have to work with this module also. You can use either or the plus and minus icons. Okay. Now we will be able to save this. But we also have this important concept, showstopper question. So I will select this showstopper question, and you see that here next to the question number, this little asterisk will appear. This is the notification that this is a showstopper. And the rule, the business rule of our application, that you can have only one showstopper per quiz, and only textual question or single choice question can be a showstopper. So if I select this one, you see that question 1 was released and question 2 became the showstopper. What about multiple choice question? Multiple choice question cannot be a showstopper. This is, again, our business rule. What does it mean, a showstopper? It means that if you have like 10 questions, right, that have 10 points for each question, and the passing rate is 80%, and you selected 90%, right? Which is already passing rate, but you fail in the showstopper. Although you selected 90%, which is passing rate, but failed the showstopper, the entire quiz will be failed. Any questions? Okay, good. So, how to identify that this is showstopper? This asterisk, right?
Excuse me, Galina, I got a question. Should we repeat after you or just look at what you're doing?
You definitely have to watch first. You will get clear instructions how to perform exploratory testing after we finish.
Thank
you. Okay. It's better, guys, to watch rather than doing something and be distracted. Okay, now I am saving my quiz, and it will appear on the list of quizzes. This is Quiz Demo October 25. It has 3 questions. If I expand this panel, I will see that it has 3 questions, maximum possible score, passing rate, right? Timestamp created at, updated at, right? I can edit this question, or I will be able to preview this question. And you see that my showstopper is this red label with the showstopper question text. Any questions? Okay. And now I will create an assignment. I go to the homepage link assignments. I click on create new assignment, and I will be able to select my quiz from the list of quizzes that are available on today's date. And I will be also to use the group filter that were created, or I will be able to use those checkboxes, right, to select some specific students. For example, student 5. And I will give this assignment to my student. And I'm going to log in as student 5, but I will warn you guys, when you want to perform testing using both roles, instructor role and a student role, you always have to use different browsers. So I'm in user role instructor using my Chrome browser, and I will log in as the student 5 in Safari, and I will have one assignment, the one that I have just created. So I will be able to go to my assignment to provide answer. I think it was this one that was correct, and I can't remember this one and this one, right? And I will submit my assignment and confirm. And now I will have to go to submissions as the instructor. And this is my student 5 with the results. Since we have a textual question, right? It will always go into the column for grade, because submissions, you see we have for grade tab, automatically graded and reviewed. What it means? So you know that our single choice question and multiple choice questions, they do not need human involvement, right? They will be graded automatically using specific algorithms created by our software developers. But if the quiz contains a textual question, it needs instructor's grading. So it goes into full grade. Okay, so I can open this quiz and I will see the results. So here I will provide correct or incorrect, some kind of comments here. Comments. And then I will have to add up to the passing rate. And possible is, I don't remember, possible 5 points, right? And the rest of them were correct. So, and we see that the passing rate is achieved, actual points achieved. So I will save it. And now it will go into the reviewed. This one. And I always will be able to review. So it goes through some certain steps, right? Certain stages of grading. So guys, this is the entire workflow of our application that I demonstrated to you using both roles. And now as the student here, I will have to go to my grades, right? And I will be able to see the status of my quiz. And I will be able to see the details. Okay, any questions? Good. Couple of more
Alina, I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
Where do we find the link for that to create an account?
The link for creating an account, you will have to create an account at the registration page, but I will give you the instructions a little bit later, right?
Okay, thank you.
And I will also give you the instructor account in order to be able to upgrade your student to a teacher.
Thank you.
So user management. Here we have 2 tabs and every instructor. So far we have 4 teacher accounts. QA teacher, Kalina teacher, and one more, Dan Balan, and somebody else. Okay, so if I try to, because I am logged in as an instructor, if I try to change my personal data, I will not be able to do that. And this is again needs to be tested. You cannot adjust yourself from user management. Go to settings page to see the options. But I will be able to work with other teacher's account. Okay. And I can update those or delete or add. Okay, so probably I will delete this one because this is no longer needed. Same for the students. And for the students, I will be able to change username, change user role, and change user group. To change user role, if you are a student, just click on change role and it will be converted into the teacher. This is that easy. Or change your user role again. This is kind of yes/no toggle, right? Click one more time and it will be converted into the student again.
Galina, question.
Okay? Yes.
How many teachers should we create and how many students should we create?
You will have to create one teacher account and one student account. Please keep records of your test data. This is just for your training purposes, right? So that you know how to work with them. And then you will be performing testing, right? Exploratory testing using your accounts, both teacher and student, so that we don't interfere with everybody else's data in the system.
And you said that the teacher should be in one browser and student in another. So should we always keep that, or should we ever?
No, you can log out as an instructor, log in as a student, perform all the actions as necessary, and then go back and log in as a student if you are working in one and the same browser. If you want to create an assignment and test it as a student, then you have to work with another browser.
Thank
you. All right. Any questions about the workflow and the application? Of course, there will be more and more questions. The more you go into this, you probably will be having questions, right? But you will have to start with something. So, I mean that you can create your student and teachers accounts using this email generator. If you are going to use your own email, then you will go to your email box and confirm from your email box. Without confirmation, the student will not be active, guys. You won't be able to log in into the system without this confirmation. I will repeat how to work with this email generator again. Okay, and
Galina, I had a question. So in order for us to have a teacher's account, you have to give the access, right? We can't by ourselves do that.
So I will give you access to our test data, which was created by us, and we have our test accounts for students and for the instructors, and you will be able to use those credentials to log in into the system and update your own student to instructor role.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Galina, one more question. Okay. Is there anything that we shouldn't do or cannot do?
With your own accounts that you have created, you can do whatever. But please don't touch the accounts. And I'm going to demonstrate you this test data. No, this is not working. Okay. This is our workspace that you will have access to, and this is our test data, which has 5 student accounts belonging to group ABC with the names, credentials, and one and the same password for every role so that we are not confused, right? It is usually the case in the work environment. You have some specific test accounts that use one and the same password because many team members may use it, right? And you want it reusable among the team. Therefore, the list of the emails, right, will be available, and usually it is one and the same password for everyone. And another 5 accounts for group CAB, and 3 teachers' accounts. This is my account, this is another account, and so 3 accounts for instructors. And I'm going, so the only limitation, guys, that you do not, if you are using those to get access to the system, right, you do not change the password, you do not change the names that are displayed on the application and website. Okay? All right. So I wanted to show you guys one more time how to use this email generate. So you generate a new email. Okay, and it is here, and you copy it and enter into the email field. But you need to provide something as the first and last name and group code, anything, and the password, and register. Okay, and you go to email generator again, refresh, and it will be this new email, right, with the same email address, and you will click on this confirm email address, and this user will be added to the system. Okay? Okay.
Should we remember this email which will be generated, or it doesn't really important?
You have to remember that. You will do some notes, right? Because after that, you will have to be able to log in into your system using this email. So now, okay, I confirm this, right? And I will be able to log in with this email and this password. And you see now I'm a student. If you want to upgrade me as the student, YF, right? YF, I will have to log out. I will have to log in as an instructor. Select this student, YF, from the student list and change the role to the teacher. So one of your accounts will be your student account and another account your teacher account. And now I don't need this student, I will delete this one. Any questions, guys?
Can you show once again, Galina, please, how you change the role in the student account?
Easy. You open this account from user management.
But in teacher's account, right?
Of course, only instructor has this
I mean,
permission.
you cannot change the role while you're a student, only while you're a
No,
teacher.
you can change only your settings, your password and name. But as an instructor, you will be able to do the following actions. You can change username, you can change user role, and you can change user's group. So far, the group of the student is QQQ. I will be able to change it to anything. And you guys will have to test all those actions. Okay?
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes?
We already worked with this application while testing API. So I already have credentials for teacher and for student. I'm just wondering if they...
You were having this class with Sophia, right?
Yes.
So we separated our environments. Now we are going to speak about the environments, right? She works exclusively with staging environment, and I'm responsible for QA environment. And this environment, right, is included into the URL of our application. So it is askqa.partnov.com. You were working with a different environment. Therefore, you will have create everything from scratch again.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Okay, so our environment is QA, so all the testing will be done only in this application, askpartnov.com. We are not going to be interfering with Sophia's group, so don't go there. But we also have our production environment, which is askpartnov.com. And this environment will be used for evaluating your knowledge, right? I will be creating some specific assignments for you guys, and I will start doing this maybe on Thursday. So you will get your first quiz on Thursday. Therefore, you will have to create your account on production, askpartnov.com, using your own name, first name and last name, your real first name and last name, and your real email address. Okay? And please, no testing on production environment. And for creating your accounts, please use October 25 group code. And again, I will put all the necessary instructions in our resources channel so that you will be able to follow them. So you need to create your own account on production using your first name, last name, your real email, and the group code for our group will be OCT25. Okay?
Does it matter big letters, small letters?
Big letters is preferable, but I always will be able to update, right, your group code. But it will be easier for me if you do it correctly from the beginning.
Can you update mine, please? Because I already set up the thing without group code.
I will do it. Not
Thank
now.
you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on, and we will go to our workspace. This is our workspace. Assessment control. This is the link to production. And this is our test environment. It has all the information about our API documentation, about our database, Also here, you will get the link to the video presentation that is conducted by the developer who created this software. I strongly recommend that you guys watch it. It also has the PDF presentation on our application. Okay. We also have information about the application, the bullet points to describe our application. So I strongly recommend that you go through this description as well. And the company information. So I don't know, guys, when you pass your job clearance, you will be given the link how to get your job references and the name of the company where you were working, but most of the time it will be just a software QA consulting company. It may be located in different cities and states. It may have different number of employees who are working in the office, who are assigned to this office, or some employees who are working remotely, right? But most of them will be working on providing software testing services for web-based and mobile applications. Okay, so you will probably get individual information once you are cleared, along with the name of the company. So what I would like you to focus is on the part related with the requirements. So here we have information about our functional specifications, and we are following the component approach. So it means that our application is broken down into components, and every component describe the it with some properties, right? So this is our test design document, and you see that we have registration component, we have login, quiz, and in quiz builder we have textual question, single choice question, multiple choice question, assignments, submissions, users management settings, and so on and so forth. So each component will be a test set, and every like first name, right? And every property will be a test case. So every property will be described by the functional specification. Here we have first name and the requirements for this first name field. It means that our first name field should accept alphanumeric and special characters. First name field cannot be empty. The maximum number of inputs of alphanumeric and special characters into the first name field is 254 when the last name is only one character. Minimum number of characters and white spaces are not allowed. Same for the last name, email. Guys, you will have to work with this document. First of all, of course, test design document, right? To see what are our components. and then the functional specifications as well. In our test design documents, we also have the section end-to-end testing. This is the description of the flow of our application from start to finish, and the behavior of as expected. Yes, Michael?
You just said each component will be a test case, each property will be a test set, right?
Right.
Should we complete all this, each test case for each component?
You will get individual assignments. Two. Each one of you will have 2 assignments for creating test sets.
And when you say property, what does it mean here?
Property means this is the component first name, and the property will be the functional specification. So property, alphanumeric and special characters, first name field is required, maximum number, minimum 1 characters, and 1 space.
So these 5 items is a property.
Right.
Thank you.
And
excuse me, what's a white space? I'm sorry, I missed that.
White space, it means that if you create your, one second, I will close this one. If you try to register and try to type something, should not allow you to create the first name having white space.
They don't call those blank spaces by any chance, just out of curiosity?
It's the matter of terminology. Here it is called white spaces.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, so speaking about their properties. Okay, so what I expect from you guys when you start working on those, we have the module registration, right? The component first name, and you will have to create a test set, registration first name. And it will have at least, not necessarily, but according to the properties, the test cases, at least alphanumeric and special characters, first name field is required, maximum, minimum, white spaces. They may be more, right? So you will do research, right? Maybe you will add some negative test cases to this list. So this will be your creativity that you will add to this task, guys. So same for the last name. So for registration, I think it is obvious, right? When you are working with quiz module, then we will have the title component and the test set related with quiz title. We'll have also the functional specifications, quiz title, allowable characters, field is required, minimum, maximum, leading and trailing spaces, characters have to be eliminated.
Galina, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you have any, I wouldn't say affordable, maybe decent examples of the test cases that we should create by our own, how we think?
Of course, you will have to create those test cases based on the previous knowledge, and of course we are going to review all of them. So some of them will be reviewed during our classes, but I promise that, guys, I will look into each and every one team member's work, and I will provide my comments, my feedback for every test case. Not every test case, for every test set, guys. You see, when you start generating those test cases, we will have like maybe 100 of them, right? There, I will physically not be able to look into each and every one of them, right? But I will see the way you are thinking, right? I will provide my feedback. But later on, when we start working on the test executions, I will make sure that somebody else will be executing your test cases. And it will be another way of proofreading them. So I will ask you guys to provide your sincere opinion on your teammate work. It will be kind of a peer review, right? You will be executing those test cases. You will see maybe some of the steps are missing, right? Some of the steps need to be clearly, have to be more clear wording, right? So you will provide your opinion and feedback as well. And everything will be done in JIRA. So JIRA will be our project management tool and our tool for working with test cases, test sets, and test executions. Okay? We also have software specifications. And if you look into those, so a functional specification, they define the system and its components. It describes the inputs, behavior, and outputs, and probably the boundary conditions. And when we deal with software specifications, it's the general information about the project scope, information about user role, right? And describe some business logic. So you definitely will have to review both test design, functional specification, and software specification when you start working on test cases. Guys, test cases, you cannot work with assumptions, right? You definitely have to have some requirements which are provided in our functional specification and software specifications. Like the quiz allows only 50 questions, or our single choice questions allow only 15 options, or our input field in single choice question allows only 1,000 characters. Otherwise, it should throw an error message, right? So these are the requirements. But before you start working with those, guys, you definitely need to perform your exploratory test. So your first task will be to familiarize with the application, performing your exploratory test. Okay? So after we finish, and tomorrow, whenever you have time, you will open the application, you will create your accounts and start working. And you probably will have you will face some software discrepancies, some defects, some bugs, and you need to capture them. We definitely will be working with JIRA, and I will provide you guys with access to our JIRA project starting tomorrow. But before that, I will ask you to create your own spreadsheet, Google Docs, and put your findings into the spreadsheet. Here in our requirements, we have an example of bug report, and this will be our bug report template. How to document our defects. You definitely have to be very specific when you create the summary. It should answer the questions where the issue happened, right? What is broken, and other important information. Maybe it is reproducible with some specific browser version or account type. Then you will provide the description. It can have more detailed explanation of your summary, plus steps to reproduce. And of course, you will indicate actual results, what doesn't work properly, right? And expected results, what should happen. You also will have to define the priority of this defect. So our application, and it is now case with the majority of the companies, that you don't have to specify the severity but priority. So, and when you are working with priority, you definitely keep in mind how critical is this bug, right? So, whether it is completely shuts down the application, or it is allows you to still, although this defect exists, it still allows to work with the application, right? Or maybe it is such a minor change that you can, it is definitely exists, it irritates you, but you can live with that. Or it is just a cosmetic issue. So you will definitely keep in mind all those credentials when you identify the priority. And finally, you will indicate the environment. We are all working on QA environment. You will show the build number, and the build number is shown here in the lower left corner of our page. You will see assessment control part of 1.0.1. This is the build version that we are working with. And we will be changing this builds later on. Any questions so far?
Galina, I got a question.
Yes.
When you say we should make an exploratory test,
yes,
is there any requirements, or just by our own, taste and how we think it should be?
Okay, so so far, while you are doing the exploratory testing, you definitely need to identify how severe this bug is. You are doing this evaluation based on your knowledge and experience.
So particularly no requirements, just our knowledge and experience.
So far, when you are working on exploratory testing, you don't have anything, right? So today, exploratory testing only, and reporting bugs in a spreadsheet. You also may add the screenshot or video recording, right? And attach it to this document. So this is the template that we are going to follow. I hope, guys, that you know how to create and share this spreadsheet. So you need to create a new document, new Google Sheets, right? And you will give this some name. Your name may be here, October 25th, ask project, defects, anything will be possible, right? Here you will add some columns here based on the template. but don't forget to share it with me. So you click on this share and you click here change, and so that everyone with the link will be able to edit this one. And click on done. And then you will send me this link. You can send this link to me through direct channel, so that I will be able to open without asking you to share it with me. And I will be able to provide my feedback, to give some updates. And we will review some of your bug reports during our next class. And later on, when you will be provided access to our JIRA project, you will transfer your findings from the spreadsheet to our JIRA project. Okay?
So excuse me?
Yes, please.
So just to reiterate, we each of us creating a spreadsheet in Excel, which is made shareable. In that spreadsheet, we're going to input whatever exploratory bugs that we found during our endeavor to.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and approximate amount of the bugs you expect us to put in.
Guys, my experience shows that there are about 50, no less than 50 bugs in the application.
Properly reported, right? You want them, right? So
I would like you to properly report them and find at least 5 to 7 bugs each. Of course, there will be some duplications, right? Therefore, I ask you guys to use the spreadsheet so that you do not see somebody else finding the same issue, so that everyone will have a chance to practice in finding their own bugs.
Okay, so and that's it. We just making those what you call it in the same layout like you shown us in the previous file, right? So we're going to report those bugs. So it's like everything like we do in a JIRA, just the same way, but we're making it.
So you will create the number, you will create the title, steps to reproduce, environment, attachments, priority, so all the required fields as they are supposed to be in your JIRA, you will put in the spreadsheet.
All right. So should we arrange them that each one is on a separate sheet, or like on a separate?
Everyone will have his or her own spreadsheet.
No, I'm saying within the spreadsheet. Should we make each bug on a separate, page?
You can put them in one and the same table, and using different columns for different fields.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. That's it. So you don't expect really, but you not expect us to create to find like 50 bugs there.
Of course not, but I expect that you will be able to find at least 5.
Okay.
Sounds kosher. Thank you.
Good.
Galina, can I have a question?
Sure.
So while we're doing exploratory testing, we are not limiting to creating accounts, so I can create one or even more accounts just to check it in different ways.
So all those accounts will go into our database. So so far I have 48 accounts in our database. If you add 40 more, then it will be even more, guys. So I suggest that you work with your student account and your instructor account, and do not generate redundant, right?
Okay, sure.
All right. So what else should be added to our Confluence? So here we went through all the components. Here the only one is the example of a task plan that you can use for your future projects. But we are going to have a separate session and we will create our own test plan for our application later on, and we'll look into this in more detail. So far, guys, you need to focus on bug report, start bug report template, start working on the exploratory testing, document your bugs, and start learning, studying, analyzing our test design, functional, and software specifications. Okay? All right. You know that JIRA is integrated with our Confluence page, and we can easily navigate between those two. So I click here and I will open JIRA, and you will need to use your credentials, and I created a new project for us, Ask Online. So far we have only our backlog. We didn't start any sprint. So for as majority of the software development teams, right, who follow agile methodology, JIRA is #1 tool that is used for project and test management. And it is so effective. It allows the teams to customize the screens, the fields, and workflows to manage manual and automated tests as well. So teams who are practicing agile methodology, JIRA provides two boards, Scrum and Kanban board. We will be working with Scrum board. The boards allow to provide the teamwork transparency, visibility into the status of every team member work. So we also will be able to track the progress of our team using different reports, burn up, down charts, sprint reports, velocity charts. So this tool allows to monitor the productivity over the time. So if we go to our active sprint, you will see that so far it is empty. But tomorrow I will add you guys to this board, and I will add quick filters with your name, so that if you click on your name, you will be able to see all the tasks that will be assigned to you. And we will have four columns on our board: to do, in progress, ready for review, and done. So all of them, when we start our sprint, will get into this to do column. Then you will move them, just drag and drop into in progress column when you start working on them. And when you are ready to submit it for my review, you will move it into the ready for review. So some of the tasks you will be able to move into done without being reviewed, but such tasks as related with test cases, I definitely need to look into so that I will be able to provide my input on them. Okay, so what is the backlog? So every team usually takes some tasks to be completed during the current sprint. So the sprint duration may be different in different projects, but most of the time it is 2-week duration. And this backlog has 2 parts. Main backlog. The tickets, tasks, or bug reports, or some other issue types that are for the entire project, right? All the tickets that have been created for the project lifecycle. And the sprint backlog, the ones that they have been discussed and reviewed and added to the sprint. So it means that they have to be completed during the upcoming 2 weeks period. And it is important to prioritize the backlog while moving the tickets from the main backlog into the sprint backlog. It is usually done by the project owner during the sprint planning meeting and so-called grooming meetings, when the entire engineering team gets together to discuss what should be the focus of the team based on the project business needs. Okay, so tomorrow, guys, we're going to have our first sprint planning, and we will be evaluate all the tasks that we will have to complete during our first sprint. And then we will start our sprint. And starting tomorrow, you will have access to our project. Okay? So what issue types we have? So here, if I click on this create button, you see that we have our task, story, bug, enhancement, test execution, and test set. So stories. Stories, also called user stories, are description of the requirements or requests written by the product owner from the perspective of an end user. And guys, we will be looking into those in more detail. I'm just giving you the brief overview, right? There may be epic issue type, which is a large body of work, larger user story that can be broken down into a number of user stories. So since we're not going to be working on big chunks, right, I deleted epics from our issue types. Then the next is task. Tasks can be various. In our case, it will be create test set for some specific component. Or it can be a task, create or set up some environment for this or that, right? Or create test execution. Or I will ask you guys to prepare some demos, presentations. So it's a good chance for you to practice your presentation skills. And I will really encourage you to volunteer to participate in this type of tasks. Okay, the next is test set. Test set is a combination of tests that are actually logically organized test cases. Test is actually a test case, and test execution is the type of the tickets that includes test cases that will be executed when the new build is deployed. For example, when we need to perform regression testing, you will include some specific tests that are related to the new features, right? Or in your release notes for the upcoming release, you will have some specific bugs that have to be fixed. So you also will include some regression tests that are related to this bug fix. And when the new build is deployed, you will just run those test executions. And those test execution will capture your test results with pass or fail. So previously, you probably were using just the Excel spreadsheet, and I can demonstrate you how this test execution is working and what kind of reports it will generate. So I'm going to use the example of some previous project here. 1 second. Okay, from the previous project, and I can click on this generate report, and you will see those results. Actually, it's a diagram, right, for your regression execution results. So it has some statistics of total number of tests, the number of them that passed, failed, or aborted. So indication that they have been done manually, and some percentage of passed and failed. So this is a good way to provide your test results to your management in this tabular format, right? It's kind of a factual proof that a certain number of test cases passed, failed. So it's kind of an indicator for your decision making that you can stop testing. Any questions?
Galina, I got a question. Can you repeat, please, what does test set mean? You said combination of what?
Test set is the combination of logically organized test cases. Okay, I can show you quickly, guys, how to work with test set and test cases, but I will ask when you start working with this, I will guide you through this entire process one more time. So create test set. This is how your task number 1 sounds, right? Create test set, registration, first name. So I will create test set, and I will have to select, and this is our project. You definitely have to select the project first, then the appropriate issue type, and here you will put registration, first name. And click on create. Okay, and this is your test set that have been created. You can also see it in the recent issues that you were working with. Okay, so you can open it from here as well. And you see that it has been assigned the automatic number, key number, right? It has the type test set, and you will have to associate it with the task that, and the task will be I think it is OCT 1, right? So in order to associate, you need to click on More, Link, and select this issue relates to, and issue type OCT 1. 1. Okay, and link. And now you see that they are now related. OCT1 is related with the test set OCT101. Okay, and you will be able to easily navigate between those two. Okay, they are linked. Okay, now inside your test set, you will be able to create a test. Click on Create Test, and you will give it a name, and you will take the name from your requirements. Requirements functional specification. Allowable characters alphanumeric and special character. And click Create. Okay, so you see that now you created your first test inside your test set. Test set. And again, you will be easily switching from one to another. And it has a new number automatically generated. And now you will be able to add your steps. Add step. And here you will provide the step definition, right? What is will be. I open or I log in as a student, right? No, it is registration. I navigate to registration page. I navigate to registration page. And in the data field, you will provide the registration URL. Okay, this is data. And you don't have to provide expected result for every step, right? Every test case is supposed to have only one expected result because you are verifying some specific expected result. Okay, now you will be able to add one more step. Click here. Add step. What did I do? Add more step, and it will be step number 2. Then you will have to complete or fill out the registration form, right? Action will be I complete registration form. And in the data, you will enter some values here. First name, and it will be first name. You will provide different types of alphanumeric and special characters, right? A, B, C, 1 to 3, and different types of special characters. Then last name will be just one letter. Email, you will provide some valid registration address, right? It can be taken from the generator or the one that you have already created, right? Okay. Then group code, and it can be any valid group code. Then password and confirm password. Okay, so we covered all the required fields, but we are working only in this case with the first name field, right? And then we will add one more step. Add step. And the final step will be I submit registration form, or I click on the register me button. I click register me button. We do not have any data here, but we have expected result. So what will be our expected result in this case?
Register.
Something like confirmation message.
Excuse me, Karina, I got a question.
Yes.
Is there anywhere we can see expected result? Because as I understand, there could be two expected results at least. Like everything is okay, you registered, or confirmation message, or you input some wrong type like Cyrillic symbols, Cyrillic characters, and blah blah blah. It's not allowed. Can we see the expected results so that or the application will definitely show us what was expected result?
It's a good question. It will show you or it will not show you. It means that it is working against the recommended requirements, and you will have to capture it as a defect if it doesn't show you what it is expected to show.
So I mean, if I put the Cyrillic symbols, will it show me expected result?
You will have to test it. And we don't have any limitations for any kind of characters other than alphanumeric and special. So your job as a tester to put the application under such circumstances, such conditions that you want to break it and test the behavior. So you will be able to provide any kind of inputs. This is your job.
No, I mean, well, you see, like expected result confirmation message, but how, for example, should I know if you wouldn't tell me that the confirmation message is that we're waiting for?
So we are waiting only two expected results. Confirmation message, you have been registered, right? One more time. So do we have any picture? Okay, so again.
Like you see, white spaces are not allowed, something like this.
Oh, 1 second. AB, and again, email. And group code. And password. And register me button. So this is what you are going to see, right? This is our confirmation message, and you definitely have to indicate what kind of element you want to be verifying, because later on we will be automating those test cases and you need to validate exact element that is displayed on the page. And I suggest that we will use this "you have been registered" as our validation element. So you will add in your test case confirmation message "you have been registered." No. You have been registered.
It's a picture.
Okay, one more time. Should be displayed. Right? Confirmation. The confirmation message. Okay. So this will be our expected result. Don't forget to add this. Otherwise it will not be saved. Okay. So, okay. Now we have all three steps. So, two behaviors. Either you get the confirmation message or you are getting the error message. And the system does not allow you to get to this confirmation message page. So if you provide white spaces and click on register me button, right? And the rest of them will be as expected. You will checking the error message that is wrong. And you provide the text of this error message. And it will be in our next test case. Okay, so we finished this one, right? We go back to our test set. Open it one more time. We can close this one, right? And we will add one more test. We will create one more test. And we will call it according to our functional specifications. 1 second. Here. First name cannot be empty. Okay. First name field cannot be empty. I create. And it is now assigned a new key, and I will have to add the steps. Or I can import those steps already. So instead of typing those steps, I can reuse the steps that I have just created. I click on import from test, and I will put the test key, which is OCT 102. And it's supposed to be with the hyphen. Okay? Click. I will select all the steps. Next. Validate. And import. Okay? And you see that all of them have been imported in the new test. And now I can edit. And I will click inside this field. And in the first name input field, I will say something like leave input field empty. And I will have to save it, click on done. And then the expected result will be different, right? Instead of the confirmation message, I will say error message. Field cannot be empty. This field is required. This field is required. Oops. Okay, this field is required. should be displayed. And again, I have to save it. And then it is easier for you to work on those test cases. So you can import them. So you can import, export, add new steps. So it is very, very convenient way to work with those test cases, and they will be saved in JIRA and can be easily retrieved when you need to update or create something.
Karina, there's a question. You said
Yes.
we can import these steps from the previous test cases. Test cases or test set or both?
Okay, test cases can be imported from test steps, right? Or you can also add tests here. So you see, we can create some tests, and we are in test set, and I need to refresh this one because I have created, and now we have 2 step tests here. And I can also add tests. So I can either create tests or I can add tests. So if you have similar tests, you can add those. But again, you need to know the keys. Otherwise, it does not be possible. Okay?
But steps, are they only in the tests? Are they only in the tests or they...
Okay, we are a little bit going ahead. So we will have another session, and I will again go through all the steps, how to work with the test cases and test sets. And you will be practicing with this, right? Today, guys, your task is to work on the exploratory testing, create your own bug reports using the spreadsheet, and make this spreadsheet shareable. Okay? And before we finish our first session, I wanted to share you one more important JIRA functionality, which is called search. So I strongly recommend you guys to work with this. You will be able to click on these issues and click on the search for issues, and you will get this dialog, and you can narrow down your search to some specific project, for example, your previous project, right? And then you can select different issue types, for example, test sets that contains text, registration, and I will click on search, and I will get the results having 6 test sets that are related with registration email, group code, first name, last name, registration, confirm password.
Karina, can you repeat how you choose the exact, like this Ask Online, the exact project when you press the search button?
Okay, you will have this drop-down list, right? And it will show you all the projects that you are currently having access to. So you, Michael, had project access September 13, right? And guys from Portnov School, you might have access to some other different project that you were working with, maybe Looking Bus, maybe Daily Jobs, maybe some other sandbags, right? So if you log into JIRA and click on these issues, and you will get this, and once you click on projects...
Should we change advanced to basic, or it doesn't matter?
Okay, basic is recommended because you can perform the search using those options, right, and narrow down your search. Advanced is the specific language that is used by JIRA, which reminds same SQL statements, right? But again, with this, you will have to know the project key, right? The issue types and some other specific limitations. So if you are not experienced user, the basic search is recommended. And you can also configure your search, right? You can use this line view. Here you will click on this arrow, list view or detailed view. Then the list of your returned issue types will be on the left, and the description of every ticket will be on the right. So you can click here and you will see what is inside each ticket. Sometimes it is also convenient to work this way. Okay, so going back to list view, and you can configure your columns. So far, I have, if I change for bugs, for example, test set, so far I will change bug. And I want to see who reported those bugs. Then I will have to add one more column here. Click on columns, start typing reporter, and I will see the name of those reporters. So I will be able to move those, drag and drop the columns, right? And I will be able to move the priority as well, or I can delete this assignee. Okay, and again I'll have to go to columns and uncheck the assignee, click on done, and then I will not see the assignee column. So you can configure those issue searches according to your needs. And you always also will be able to save your searches. Click Save As, give the filter name, test filter, save it, and it will be added to your favorite filters here on the left. Click on this filter and it will have the number. If you make it shareable, you can always use it for your personal needs. But if you make it shareable, you can just send this link to JIRA to your team members, and they will be also able to see your filter. Sometimes it is extremely useful functionality, and it is widely used among the teams. But in this case, you will have to make this filter, this text filter. You need to edit permissions and make it public. So you will be able to make it some public, someplace. This is a group, select a group. So it should be saved as a public. I will show you how to do it later, okay? We're not going to do it now, because I think it will be too much information just for one day, okay? Any questions so far?
Yes.
Yeah, can go.
I'm sorry, yes. I just was asking when we can expect the recording of this session, because sometimes when Galina went too far away in JIRA, I was like a little bit lost and couldn't comprehend all the information.
Okay, don't worry. I will repeat it one more time. So today, guys, what you have to remember after this session, after today's session. So, you will have to be working with exploratory testing of our application, and all of you guys have access to our Ask Online Confluence workspace. Okay, so could you please open your Confluence and see that you have access to this?
Galina, I don't think I have access to it. I never...
Who is talking?
Dana.
Dana. 1 second, Dana.
Yeah, I don't know if I have it either. It's Julia.
Okay, Dana. Did you create your account in... I know that only Julia was not added to this.
Yeah.
Because you did not create your JIRA account. Everybody else, including Dana, were added to this project.
Okay.
Galina, I don't see this, how did you say that, how it's called?
Which one?
You're just talking about this in JIRA. So I couldn't find.
You need to go to this confluence.nav.com.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, and log in using your JIRA account. Okay, would you please share your screen so that we can do it together?
Sure.
I will stop sharing mine.
I cannot to share. Could you give me access?
Yeah, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, see here right now I'm seeing.
Yeah, click on Ask Online, and you will see our homepage. Click on requirements, and you will get all the requirements. But you actually don't need them for your exploratory testing so far. What you need, Julia, would you please again click on the homepage? If you scroll up, and click on Ask Online again, it will be homepage. Click on Video Presentation.
1 second. Oh, I see.
Okay, you will be able to watch this presentation, right? One more time. Detailed explanation about the workflow and the requirements done by the developer who created this application. Go back, click on the back button. And you also have the access to our assessment control QA. Click on askqa@partnov.com. askqa@partnov.com.
Here, right?
No, this is production where you have to create your accounts real.
Oh, I see. Here, right?
Now, this is API documentation. Assessment control QA, where we test QA. Second line link.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is our application.
Okay.
And here you will first have to go to register page. Register now. Click register now. Register now. And you will create your accounts. And I will give you the email generator. And okay, so that you will be able to. And I see that you have an email generator.
Yeah, I have email generator.
Okay, so you know how to work with this.
Yeah, I know.
You will be able to create your accounts.
Thank you, Galina. Thank you.
So far, guys, you can, people who are on the East Coast, right? You will be able to start your exploratory testing right now while I am practicing. While I'm processing the video recording. Usually it takes about an hour, maybe an hour 30 minutes to get it processed, and I will post it on our another Confluence page, resources. Okay? And I will also create the resources channel in our Slack. I will invite you guys there, and I will immediately put the home assignment there with all the information as well. Okay? Any more questions?
Galina?
Yes.
Can you as well provide the teacher's account credentials?
Okay, teacher's account credentials are in, one second, let me again share my screen. Since you all have access to this document, right? It is in test data. Click on test data for Ask Online. And here, this is my credentials, and this is teacher's account. 3 accounts that are workable, so that you will be able to update your student using this email, or that email. Okay?
Yes, excuse me, this is Tatiana Moroz. I don't have an access.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, Tatiana Moroz. Tatiana Moroz, I added you to our Ask Online.
Thank you.
1 second. I can show you that your account has been added.
Okay, thank you. I will log out and log in again, because now it doesn't show me.
Okay. If you have any difficulties, you always can ping me, send me the message, and I will fix it.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Galina, I also can't find the project in Confluence.
Who is talking?
Anna Kirakusan.
Anna?
Yeah. There we go.
Here?
Yes.
You're supposed to have it.
Okay, I'm checking.
I added all the people who were included into this group, and I was using the accounts that you created for JIRA. The only person whom I failed to create was Julia Scherer.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
And what did you add your access to JIRA?
I was definitely working on that one just because, I got a little bit late up here, so I was not clue what you guys doing, so.
Okay, so I can try to, if you're using the same juliascher@gmail.com, I can try to add you now.
Okay.
I will edit permissions. Okay, and I will search you by your email. Now it is searchable, and I will add you to this project and save. The rest of the team were successfully added to our Confluence workspace with the requirements, right? And after we're finished, guys, I will start working on the new workspace, and I also will add you with the video recording. Okay. Any more questions?
Okay, next I have 2 questions after
yes, please.
Anybody else. You just show us that we have access to this Ask Online, and this is in the Confluence, but there's different spaces, right? Like, for example, me has...
There will be a new space.
You'll create it.
Michael,
I got you.
You have access to the previous group,
yes.
But now you will also be added to the new group as well, so that every new video recording that you will be participating, right, will be recorded, and you will have access to that as well.
The second question, I guess the last one. You said you will give us this the resources in the Confluence and in Slack. What's the difference between Slack and Confluence while we're...
No difference. Sometimes, so...
If Confluence doesn't work, we use Slack, right?
1 second. The only difference between the assignments, right? There's no difference in assignments. You will get the same text in Confluence and the same text of the assignments in resources. But in Slack resources, there will be no link to the video recording. Video recording are possible only through Confluence. This is the school administration rule.
I got you.
Okay?
Guys, ask the questions.
Alina, I have a question about the Google spreadsheet which we need to make. So we create this Google spreadsheet and this will be shareable just only with you, yes?
You can do it with me only, right? Or you can share it with everybody, right? But it will be needed only for one day, so that you can review your work, right? I will be able to provide my comments and maybe do some updates, right? Immediately, not just verbally, but I will type something there. And after that, you will transfer your bugs into JIRA, because until tomorrow, you will not get access there. I have to create. I definitely need to find exact number of the team members, right? And then I will configure our JIRA project.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but I will have another assignment for you guys. So on Thursday, when we start our interview question discussion, we will start with the most popular question. Tell me about yourself. So please write your story. Tell me about yourself, and again, share it with me. You can send it to me through email. You know my email. You got my invitation, right? Or you can do it and share it in my direct channel. And again, I will be happy to help you guys with the wording and providing some feedback.
Okay. Karina, I'm sorry, this is Dana. I'm having a hard time to log into JIRA. It says it's not recognizing my credentials.
Dana, okay. It means that maybe you forgot your password or what? You definitely need to save your credentials. But I was able to find you, Dana, and add you using your credentials.
Right. I thought it was remembered. I saved it, and when I click on it, it says it doesn't seem to be recognized. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
One more time. Your is this email, right? So let me do it one more time. And it is recognizable. You have it. You just need to retrieve it. And if you forgot your password, you can send this email and update your password. But this is the email address that you were using while creating your account. And Michael, you also wanted to update your access to JIRA. Why?
I don't really need to access. I was probably because...
Use the same, because I added you to this project using your previous credentials.
Okay. That's good. I was thinking that it doesn't work.
No, it works.
Thank you.
Okay, one more time. So your assignment will be perform exploratory testing, report bugs into the spreadsheet, create your accounts on production using group code OCT25, and write and share your questions. Tell me about yourself, right? And do exploratory testing, creating your student account and teacher account on production. Oh no, on QA. Never touch production, never play with production, okay?
So no teacher account on production, right? Only student.
No teacher account on production. Only your real account with your username, real name, first name, last name, and your real email. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
One more question. So about, tell me about yourself. We should prepare till tomorrow, or?
No, not necessarily. So, guys, tomorrow we will have our first of all, we will review our bug reports, right? And we will have our sprint planning meetings, and you will get your first assignment and start working on that. On Wednesday, it will be your self day, right? For your to complete your assignments. And on Thursday, we will review some of them. We will have discussion of interview questions. So we will move on. So our schedule will be Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday for your self-work, and then Thursday and Friday, and the weekend again for your self-work. And every day, the sessions will be recorded, and you will get a new portion of home assignments. So again, this is kind of very intense work that requires from you commitment and your time, right? So that only on this condition you will be successful.
Galina, I have a question regarding the schedule. So you said that Wednesday will be like a no meeting day. So, but is duration of the course changed because of this, or it will be the same?
Now it will be extended just for 1 week. So previously we met every day, right? And the duration was 5 weeks. Now, since we have this Wednesday for self-work, it will be lasting for 6 weeks.
Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, the thing is, I just trying to adjust my work schedule to it, and I was counting on 5 weeks, but it's okay. I will try to do something.
Okay. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, then I will stop our session.
Recording stopped.
And I will see you tomorrow, usual time, right? And if you need my help for something, you can always send me a message. Or you can use our public channels for your questions. So,
thank you, Galina.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.